talk about today. um, Today's Cyber Monday. For those who don't know, today is traditionally the day of the year. It's the Monday after Thanksgiving in the United States, after Black Friday, where online retailers sell things for good deals, supposedly. I emphasize supposedly. Because here's the thing. These days, everything already happened. Like, there was already tons of online sales a week ago. There were online sales before Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving, and Black Friday. Cyber Monday used to be in the mid-2000s when the online retailers were just starting to become a thing. The day when if you didn't want to go out physically to the stores to get deals, you could shop from home or even shop from work on Monday. So it made sense back then. Today in 2022, Cyber Monday doesn't really make sense. You could get the deals already. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny because this morning, I follow different various people on social media who post up deals and things. And I'm following some of the deals and I'm like, oh, look, here's the Amazon deals of the day. And you click on it. It's like, wow, it's kind of a crappy gaming PC. The price is good, but you're looking at it and you're like, it's not what you would want for like a good gaming rig. It's kind of like if you really just can't afford anything else, it's what you get. There was another one. It would get this. This wasn't from Amazon. This was from somewhere else, maybe like Newegg. A Westinghouse 21.5 inch monitor, which is a fine size for a gaming monitor. Like my monitors over there are 21 inches, I believe, either 21 or 23. Only 75 hertz refresh rate, which, by the way, 75 hertz is weird. Typically for a monitor, you want 60 or 120, or if you have a really good gaming monitor, you go higher, like 160 or even higher. 75 hertz refresh rate gaming monitor, okay? Only 1080p, only HDMI connection, $80. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, because if you buy that monitor, there totally won't be terrible ghosting of the images all over the fucking thing, right? Like, this is the problem with the deals that they list for this stuff, is you don't know what you're getting, because usually if you're out for a deal like that, I want a monitor for under $100, you have no idea what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what the specs are because you don't understand them. So you just do an impulse buy. Oh my God, I can get a gaming monitor for $80. And then you buy it, you get it home, you're going to hook it up, it's going to look like shit. I still remember my friend in the mid-2000s. He was setting up his new home with his now wife. He had just gotten married, and he wanted to get a really big TV. And he was basically asking around, what should he get? And I told him, I said, even if it means you get a smaller TV, I says, you should be getting a name brand. The last thing you want to do is get one of these store brands or cheap brands, because even though that TV may look good for a bit, that TV will end up being disappointing in the long run. You'll have less features, it will have ghosting, or it'll break. And you're going to be like, damn, I wish I spent more. He went out and he bought a giant TV. He had to get it delivered. It was giant. They had to get it up the stairs. It was like a humongous TV. He installs it in his living room. All right. It's like, I'm not even kidding. It was probably like 60 inches, 70 inches, huge, because it was cheap because of the brand he bought. I believe it was an Insignia. It could have been a Westinghouse, but it might have been Insignia. He turns it on and it's fine. Within one day, he had a ton of dead pixels. One freaking day. There were dead pixels all over his screen. And he's like, oh my God, now I gotta return it to the store, which means I gotta find a way to lug it back and everything. And I was like, dude, I told you. Like, it's you get what you pay for, And that's the thing with these deals a lot of the times online, especially. You don't even know what you're getting because, usually think about what they're trying to get rid of right now. They're trying to liquidate inventory. They're trying to get rid of the shit that no one wants, right? So you got to be careful. And I'm curious what we will do later on. What I'd like to do is kind of open up the chat a little bit. What did you guys get for Thanksgiving week, Black Friday, and or Cyber Monday deals? All right. I'm curious to hear what you guys got. I know we have over 100 people on stream and climbing right now. If you want to tell me in the stream chat, go right ahead. But I'm going to tell you what I got. All right. I got one thing you guys know about and one thing you guys don't know about. Okay. The first thing I got was this. a new controller, which I needed because my old Xbox Series X controller that came with the console I've been using for over a year and a half, and well, not over a year and a half, about a year and a half, roughly. And the right trigger sticks. When I'm playing certain games, I'll be holding it, and when I go to release it, it stays stuck in. That's not good. Now, it doesn't do it exorbitantly, and it doesn't do it to the point where it really is hurting gameplay, but it's definitely annoying, you know? You're trying to play a brand new game, and your button's sticking. And I actually did some research into it, and come to find out there's this little pad that's inside of the Xbox controller that's like adhesive on it to hold it in place. So when you go like this, okay, and you feel that, it's like soft. It's actually, you don't feel a click. You feel like a very soft connection when you depress the button all the way. That's the pad. Well, if the pad starts to move or the adhesive starts to move, basically that's when you get stickiness in the button. So I wanted a new pad for a while. Finally, they went on sale. Instead of being $65, $70, it went on sale for $40 this week. So I bought a red Pulse or Pulse Red Xbox Series X pad. Okay? I did buy one other thing. All right? It was very, just so everyone knows, no, I didn't buy a car. I didn't buy a fucking, you know, something expensive. Basically, I have monitors over at my PC over there. All right? And it's a funny story. I started using 2 monitors in the year 2009, okay? When Street Fighter 4 came out, I wanted to have gaming monitors so that when I went to tournaments, I could bring them with me. We could hook up consoles to the gaming monitors, and we could play Street Fighter 4 with little to no input lag, okay? So at the time, I did research online, and for about $200 each, again, this was like 13 years ago, for like $200 each, I bought 2 Asus gaming monitors that had speakers built in and all of that, but had very low response time, like very fast, you know, no input lag at all, basically really good. And it was funny because I would bring these 2 Asus monitors to tournaments, hook them up, and people would be like, wow, we were playing on that TV over there, and that TV had way more delay than your monitors. Let's play the rest of the tournament on your monitors. That's how good they were. You know, Asus monitors are pretty good. So these monitors were used in, you know, 2009 to travel all around basically my local, you know, tri-state area in, you know, upper United States, upper Northeast. And I ran multiple tournaments on them and stuff like that. Basically, they were really good monitors. And then, you know, I started doing YouTube more seriously. Remember, at first, YouTube was my hobby. But when I started doing YouTube more seriously, and I stopped traveling for Street Fighter tournaments, these became my monitors that I used for uploading, editing, and all of that. So if you're, just so that people who know, if you're an editor and you edit a lot of videos, you probably want a dual monitor setup. Makes things a lot easier. You can have your whole editing software in one window, while you could have all your resources you're drawing from another window. A lot of the times you'll be looking at art or text or videos in one way, and then you drag it over here, you have it imported into your project and stuff like that. So primarily over the years, that's what I use the dual monitors for. Now, I've just gotten used to having dual monitors at this point. Like, I've had it since 2009. During 13 years of my life, every moment that I've been a YouTuber, I've had this, okay? Very rarely do I game on a PC, as you guys know. I really can't. If I do it today, I can't even, like, capture and broadcast, all right? Because if I did, it would eat up my CPU use. And my CPU, obviously, I need to have freed up just to capture and stream, so I don't game on PC. So for me, it was never these monitors are for gaming or anything. It was more I just need nice dual monitors for YouTubing and stuff like that. But what I've actually noticed is over the years is that the older monitors weren't that good in regards to modern stuff. You know, when I used to play Street Fighter 4, I was doing 720p at 60 frames. That was the top resolution the game would run at. Today, everything runs at 1080p. And I actually notice a lot of the times when I'm like monitoring my streams and stuff, that basically the monitor isn't that good, you know. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you this story is about 2-3 years ago, one of the monitors, remember there were 2 monitors I bought in 2009. One of the monitors just stopped turning on. Just done. Damn, that sucks. Right? Now what am I going to do? I need another one. So at that time, I ran to Amazon. By the way, this was years ago. This is when I still had credit and shit, okay? I ran to Amazon, and I bought a new monitor for like maybe $150, okay? And it was another Asus monitor. It was basically kind of the updated model from the one that I had been using for years and years and years. Only this time they really reduced the size and form factor of it. It was still the same, viewable size, but it was very thin, light. I was like, oh, that's nice. So I've been using that monitor for my business for about 3 years now, I'd say. I want to say it was 2018, 2019 when that happened. So probably 3-4 years I've been using that monitor. The other monitor somehow lasted from 2009 all the way until about a week ago. And then about a week ago, I went to turn it on, and it was like so dim. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, uh-oh. I had to like slap it around a little bit to get it to really like turn on. I was like, this is what happened with the old one, so I know what's going on. This one's now dying. So luckily for me, I mean, incredible luck. It happened right before all the Black Friday deals hit. So the moment those deals hit, I went online and I found another Asus monitor. All right. This one actually even cheaper than the one that I had bought 3-4 years ago because it was like a Black Friday deal. I want to say it was like under $150. I'm not exactly sure how much it was. I don't remember. But it's basically an Asus gaming monitor. It has some features and things. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I should do it now. If I wait, I'm going to regret it. Because if I don't get the new monitor now, I'm going to end up paying way more for it later. Or end up getting a shitty Westinghouse, right? So I got it. And it's an Asus monitor. Same exact size as the one I had. Only it's the more modern model. This one has some gaming features built into it that I will literally never use. And it was funny because when I first hooked up this monitor, okay, I was like, it doesn't look right. Like, it looks like it has ghosting. Now, this is supposed to be an Asus gaming monitor. Why would it have ghosting? All right? Come to find out, this monitor's native refresh rate is 165 hertz. All my previous monitors had been 60 hertz. They couldn't even go above 60 hertz. This one is 165. So I had it on a set to 60. It was not the native, so it created all this ghosting. It looked like shit. So it was funny because the other day on stream, I said to you guys, hey, does the stream look okay to you guys? Because it looks weird to me. And all of you were like, no, it looks good, Phil. We don't know what you're talking about. It was because I had just hooked up my new monitor and I hadn't like tweaked it yet to figure this out. I didn't do any research on it yet. And so it looked terrible. It was all ghosting and shit. And even the gameplay that day on the monitor looked terrible. You guys assured me it looked normal. And then later on, I played back the videos, watched them on my other monitor, and they looked fine. So I was like, oh, so it's not my setup. It's this monitor. There's something wrong with it, right? So then basically what I did was I did research on it the other night and found out about it's a way higher refresh rate than my other monitors I've ever had. So I changed it. I changed it to 165, and now it's beautiful. Now the monitor's like no ghosting at all. Look at that. It's like I'm moving right now. It looks perfect. So, and it was good because, like I said, it was under $150. It's cheaper than the other monitors that I had bought. Hell, the monitors in 2009 were over 200, and then the one I bought like 3-4 years ago was like 175 or something like that. So this one was actually way cheaper because of the Black Friday deal. I have no idea what model it is, Snow Carl. I have no idea. I just bought it, hooked it up, set it up, good to go. No, I only replaced the one monitor deck. Like I said, the other monitor I replaced years ago, and that monitor's fine. I don't need to replace that one. It was this one. The other one was almost dead. So, the other weird thing about this monitor, I'm looking at it right now, it kind of goes to the edges of the screen. Like, let me see here. Yeah, look at that. So unlike my other monitors that I've ever had before, all my other monitors had basically like a thick border around them. This one, the border or bezel, whatever you would call it, is incredibly thin. Look at this thing. Yeah, look at that. That's like incredibly thin. Huh. Wow. It looks like it may actually go all the way to the end of the screen, but it doesn't. It like cuts off a little bit before you get to the end of the screen. Huh. I wonder if I could find a way to sync it and extend it to actually fit the edges of the screen. Because right now it doesn't. But for my intents and purposes, how big is it? Oh, it's 21, 22 inches. It's whatever I had before. It's a standard monitor. It's not anything big. But for what it is, it's good. And like I said, it looks really good. And now I'm happy because now I got a new TV over here. I got monitors over here that should be fine for many, many years. You know, Asus seems to be a really good brand where they take forever to break, so that's good. Like literally the only thing I need to upgrade now is my PC, right? I have a new webcam too. The webcam's nice. So really it's my PC is the concern. Once this PC eventually gets upgraded, then we're good to go. But I'm in no situation where I could drop $2,000-$3,000 on a PC or anything like that. So, anyway, that's what I got. I got a controller and a cheap replacement monitor this week for really good deals, okay? So, I'm curious if you guys got anything, you know, for, you know, this week. I know that someone earlier said, I think it was Dave, said he got an air fryer, a dual air fryer. Air fryers can be pretty pricey, actually. Depending on if you get a name brand. If you get a cheap one, like one of these knockoff brands, you get them real cheap. But if you want like a good brand, usually they're quite pricey. So if you got a good deal on that this week, that's probably a good week to buy it. Mango Jewel Pods says talking about a room full of new stuff is probably not good for support. A $40 controller, a under $150 monitor, right? And literally a TV that we bought together online about a month ago when my other TV died, and the only reason I could afford it is because someone did a big donation. Yes, that'll really dry up support. Right. Anyway, yeah, see, that's one thing. One thing that I never get is games, and the reason I never get them is because I have them all. All the games that I want, I already have, right? I bought them when they were new. I do playthroughs of them right away. So I never really take advantage of big game sales or anything like that, you know? Like, what's the point? And, you know, at one point I used to buy DVDs and stuff. I don't do that anymore. If I'm going to watch it, I'll just watch it on demand digitally. You know what I mean? No Super Real Life says he got a new 4K Platinum TV. Oh, that's cool. What brand? Just curious.